It is Kaz from In the Trenches with Kaz. And we're on tonight. We're live. And if I could do a roll call at the moment, I would, but your names are in front of me. We've got Daz back. I was starting to panic. There was something wrong with Daz, that he'd been maybe milking the wrong gendered cows. But he's here. Guys and gals, we're going to be doing a reaction tonight to the Combat Arms channel that is doing a reaction to the School of Infantry. So I'm in effect doing a reaction to a reaction of an American doing a reaction on an Australian veteran expert from the School of Infantry. So this should be fun. I haven't looked at it at all. So that's going to be interesting too. Maybe today I'll look at Cotton Eye Joe mixed with a little bit of Ellen DeGeneres, or maybe even a little bit of, what we say, not Raymond Terrace. Bit of Charters Towers, Mr. Ballin, maybe. There we go. Hey, James, how you going, mate? Josh, how you going? Declan, good name. We've got Joshy Fawns there. Harrison Magic, the legend himself, has arrived. I have. Thank you, sir. We've got Hey Kaz, James M94. Simon Powell, thanks for lunch the other day. It was fantastic. PFA tomorrow. You'll blitz that, mate. Carl P, he's here. You filthy animal. Guys and gals, what's that behind me? That's the swimming pool at the School of Infantry. The School of Infantry, we're back to school. G'day, Mr. or Mrs. Price. How you going? Got my enlistment day, Kaz 343. Here we come. Okay, Pricey, if you can, jump on the bat phone so you and I can have a chat and we can have a bit of a laugh. Because guess what starts today? I'll give you 3 seconds to guess. 2, 1. Capillon Platoon starts today with some of our subscribers at the School of Infantry. Life is about to start. Hopefully they go to Defence Bank and say, hello, Fiona Coffee. I wish I had a coffee now. But this one's empty. Yeah. Gourmet coffee made by McDonald's, by unqualified coffee makers. Joey Grace, Nick Ambas Ambados. Hey guys, happy Monday. It is. It's good to be still on feet, to tell you the truth. Matty H, your background isn't real. Well, my background, that's actually the School of Infantry. But I believe they have taken down the cargo nets and the tyres there now, which is sad, so to be. Burger Boy, I wish I had one of those too. Nicole K. The School of Infantry, guys and gals, I've got a whole list of the facilities, okay, that are of interest to you, but you're probably only interested in one, and that is the bloody BFA track. Everyone's always scared of the BFA track. Simon Powell throws the Patreon up there. Hero of Troy, great to have you, mate. Let's have another conversation. The best thing you can do for yourself, guys, is get onto the bat phone. You know, there's context when I get to talk to you one-on-one. I don't text. I can't stand it. I'm on there all day. I've got a video coming out tomorrow that you should enjoy. A little bit of an amp up. Matty Waters, definitely got a green screen. He's actually in the pool area. No, I'm not. I'm actually a depot company right there. That Skippy badge. If you're going down there, you're either in trouble, or you're going to see the boss, or you've just qualified and been given your Skippy badge, or you're scrubbing the nuts of the animal that can't go backwards himself. Bam. And there's our parade ground with Skippy himself on a dreary day. And that's the officers' mess you can see in the background. Okay, and just over the other side, is the sergeant's mess. This is at the School of Infantry team. You know? And who done all the training here? You know, who was the recipient of the most fun and morale there? Bam. Where is it? Oh, damn. There he is. G'day. This photo here. Now, I'm in the pool. Guys and gals, when we got this photo, hey, Hero of Troy, how you going? 343 now. Are you in Capillon Platoon? Let's have a talk tomorrow, mate. I need to know all the goss. When I got that photo, it was one of the saddest days. Bravo, Charlie. Polish that brass. Yep, especially the nut region. You can do that job, Nicole K, while you're getting me a pay rise. Look, I'm stuck in the net like 50 Shades of Kaz. When I got that photo, that was around the same time that I found out through a yellow envelope that I had to talk to the boss and found out because of medical situations that my career was coming to an end. Very, very sad day indeed. Okay, but for the boss there, thank you for treating me like a man when you told me. He didn't hold back. He let me know, and now I'm a civilian. But I haven't ever taken the hint to leave the subject alone. Get off the screen, Kaz, or at least, let's get me badge. I'll polish that. Bam, I'm on the parade ground. Can't do that. That's where to symbolise the dead soldiers. Righto, so back to the pool. Get off there. Bush hat styles. Yep, that's the only bit that's truly you. So, guys and gals, what we'll quickly do, we've said our g'days. What else is happening in the world? Nicole, thank you for letting us know. Apparently, there's now been a further drop in standards where females now can grow their hair long and have their hair in ponytails, etc. Which, I don't know about you and I, but to me that sexualises women further in the workplace. I can trust myself, but I do like to look at it, and it gives you something to hold on to if you're the enemy as well, doesn't it? Let's have a look what we've got here. I'm going to quickly whack this up so we can get into it sooner or later. This is the Combat Arms channel we're about to look at. And this guy does a fantastic job. He really does. The Marine doing, where is he? Channel, School of Infantry. There he is. Okay. So I'll get that ad out the way and then I'll be with you. Kane, how you going, mate? Hey, Kaz and team, cold as Kapuka. Wait for me on the 12th of June. We've got some really bad news about one of our young blokes who just had some lower leg complaints from overtraining before Kapuka, only to find out that now he has shin splints, which could potentially cost him the corps he wants to go to, or in fact a military career. So do be careful the way you train. Make sure your joggers are like your body armour and you get something that is there to protect you. Understand if you have a problem with your running style, go to the gym, go to a running group, and they will make you better. Nick Bear said in New Zealand, Nick Bear, okay, is a great running channel of a guy that used to be an officer, who now is an elite runner, So that's a fantastic channel. Where are we? Okay, bam. Here we go. What I'm going to do for a second, team, I won't be able to see you here for a second. Okay, because I'm going to put this up where it needs to go. Wait. Where it needs to go. We'll put me there. And what we're going to do is watch this video. It only goes for 10 minutes. I hope you stay with me. Get your questions ready. This is the Combat Arms channel, one of the US Marines, and here he is. That's the voice of Keefe. Okay, so as we know, we've got Captain Cook, okay, the first fleet landing in Australia at the same time. I believe we had the Dutch and also the French there at the same time. All right, let's not let culture keep us in a state of anger. In between the actual Australian First Fleet landing in Australia, okay, the entire world was a soupy goddamn mess. Okay, if the Japanese are not asking people to say sorry for Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the rest of the world, has got on with not blaming the sins of the father while embracing those that are born today to give them the better tomorrow, let's leave the hate behind if we can. All right. He's a handsome dude. Team, in case you don't know, the Combat Arms channel as well, this guy was a bit of a stud section commander for the US Marines. It's an excellent channel, Combat Arms channel. Go there if you can. Subscribe. I already am. I'm going to like this video while I'm here as well. And I'd like to do a shout out to him. I'd love to do some sort of collaboration with him because he seems to do a hell of a lot of Australian reaction videos. Culminating activity to the training cycle of initial employment training that gives you your Skippy badge, the ultimate artifact, and allows you to go to the battalion that you've earned to go to. It's been the prefix royal since 1949, okay, and we've operated in every battle space since that the US have basically been on, and others. Hey, Simon.
Hey, mate, we can't hear the video sound at all.
Okay, wait a sec. Wait a sec. Let's have a look at that for a sec.
Smoke is always a good time.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's about a 30-second delay.
I see good soldiering coming to life in exercise hardcore as part of our combat culture here at the School of Infantry.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms channel. All right, so happy Australia.
I apologise, team. I really do. What I was trying to say is this is the guy for the Combat Arms channel. He's a stud US Marine section commander. Great dude. Go to his channel. I've just liked the channel. Sorry about the sound. Here we go.
Australia Day to all of y'all in Australia. Now, I gotta say, I don't know a whole lot about Australia Day. From my understanding, that's just when, like, the explorers landed in New South Wales, and I'm not exactly sure where they came from. I would imagine Great Britain or something, but please let me know a little bit of background for Australia Day. I know I could look it up, but I'd like to get the perspective from y'all actually in Australia, or from what y'all know. So if you guys have an interesting Australia Day fact as well, please put that down below. Something that maybe a lot of people might not know. But yeah, today we are checking out something pretty cool. So this is from the Australian School of Infantry, and this is called Exercise Hardcore, which I...
Thumbs up at the moment to some of our Army reservists that are currently at the School of Infantry doing their subject courses, and those getting ready to go down and do their ROBC, Regimental Officers Basic Course, that's about to take place in a few weeks. Guys and gals, this is the home of the infantry soldier, 343. Those that are there now, whether it be in Capillon Platoon that starts today, whether it be Coral Platoon that started a couple of weeks ago, or any other one of the battle honours, or the staff that train them going into winter, well done, good luck, and enjoy and understand. The best pub food in all of Australia is the Imperial Hotel in the School of Infantry.
I guess it's kind of like some sort of final exercise at the end of the School of Infantry to sort of bring everything together and test how everybody learned their skills, make sure that they're actually proficient in everything. So it's about 3 minutes long, so not a crazy long video. Again, I wanted to do something special for Australia Day, but this is definitely a cool one, and of course, it's going to be close to my heart, being infantry, and yeah, just seeing people getting smoked is always a good time. So let's check it out.
We'll go straight through this one too. While this is going on, team, I can't go through this ad any faster unless I use this magic button. For those that don't know, I've actually got a smashed computer screen.
So really what exercise hardcore is highlighting within the soldiers is their ability to thrive in adversity. So what we're focusing on...
What this is here is in the range complex, team. It looks like the MTR, which is your mechanical range, which is where the computer's controlled, etc. And this is where you will be getting your final brief in the middle of the night before you commence hardcore. Hardcore changes all the time, so don't try and compare them, but understand the culminating activity is nearly always, or always has been, the the actual obstacle course itself, and by then your muscles may not work very well. Okay, here we are.
On
Okay, so of course I'm going to pause it every now and again just to check out the gear and whatnot. So the School of Infantry, I remember going through the School of Infantry in the Marine Corps. It was kind of like a blur. It was just like, it was a lot of fun, but it was also really exhausting because you're just doing a lot of stuff all the time, like shooting a bunch of different weapons, doing a lot of movements, doing a lot of training. It's good stuff to do all that sort of training, but yeah, I don't remember a whole lot from it. So the School of Infantry in Australia, I would imagine that there's multiple schools of infantry just given the size.
No, we have one. There is Army Reserve regional training facilities that occurred. There used to be one at Bardia Barracks in Sydney. I believe that Inogra used to have one as well, etc. And there's other ones in each state. Now, I'm not sure what's actually going on with that at the moment. We're in a state of flux as they're trying to ramp up the capabilities. Okay, but when you look at this, you won't remember a lot of the training that you do at the School of Infantry. But what you will remember, if you look at those faces behind you, he looks a little bit fat, the guy at the front. Okay, BMI maybe looks like it's a little bit off. But these young blokes, this is where you start to earn your reputation that'll last your entire career. This is where you earn your nicknames. This is where you actually see yourself against others and realise where you are in the pack. So you start making your nickname, your reputation that will follow you all the way to the battalion and the rest of your career at Kapuka. As soon as you put your number down as 343 infantry, there you go.
As of Australia, but I'm not exactly sure. So I guess this would be for the Australian Army Infantry. Of course, if you guys have been through this or if you just know some background information, please throw it down below, especially if I say something that might not be
I'm doing it now.
to thrive in
So the packs and
adversity.
stuff
So what we're
and the gear
focusing
looks
on
pretty similar to
is
ours.
Looking at their physical and mental endurance and resilience in an activity where they may not feel comfortable.
I actually trained Lieutenant Bevan. Okay, he's now a major. Well done, sir. He was a very nice bloke too, if I can remember. A real gentleman.
They
Oh, nice freaking beret, dude. I gotta say, holy cow. I mean, the Ozcam in and of itself is pretty cool, but with the beret, I gotta say it's a pretty clean look. Some militaries can't really rock the beret with the actual camouflage look. And I gotta say the flash is, the beret flash is pretty freaking cool too. It looks like it's got the monarch.
That's a Skippy badge,
crown there,
which is
may
about
be
to have
wet,
the King's
may be
crown.
cold, but what we're looking for is their ability to really find their inner strength to push beyond their limits and really focus within their team
Nice.
on achieving the mission.
That was a sick shot. Man, doing stuff when it's raining and thundering is a lot of fun.
I think exercise hardcore is a good test for the future, the ready.
Corporal Robinson used to be in my platoon. G'day, Robbo. How you going, mate? It's a small world. And your hair looks like it's fleeing from your forehead. G'day, mate. Hope the family's well.
Of the infantry corps in the sense that it tests everything that they've learned over the last 17 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
it puts it all together. When they go to their units, whether they deploy on operations or they just go on exercises, they'll have to do every single task and ability that they've learned over the last 17 weeks into practice. And they'll have to refine them even more when they get to their unit. But this
Yeah, so even like doing simulated, so okay, so they have the cat tourniquet. It looks like a Gen 7 as well. So good stuff. Again, we've been seeing the Australian Army, especially with like their infantry, they've definitely been getting some nice equipment. Now, as far as simulated casualties, that's not really something that we did in the School of Infantry so much. I don't remember us really doing it much at all. You get the training, of course, like the medical training as far as just being able to patch up basic.
Most of our first aid training at the School of Infantry is actually utilised at the School of Infantry to our mates that have been in bar brawls, which I don't condone because I don't win.
Stuff, but like doing these in the exercises really helps add to the realism and also the logistics as far as like maintaining a casualty and sort of like maintaining that like passage of transfer for the casualty. It takes a lot of practice to make sure that that goes smoothly, and just getting the infantrymen to get them off the X and move them to like higher care really adds to the training and the realism. But it's cool to see that they're doing this here. Generally, that's usually associated with like more advanced sort of training or follow-on unit training to do stuff like this.
is good.
Not an Australia team. Yeah, you're going to get, as soon as you get thrown into School of Infantry, you'll get thrown in the mix of it real quick.
giving them a good basis of understanding so that every
nice.
infantry corps can work together and then refine and enhance their skills later on down the track.
Good stuff.
The values that exercise hardcore builds on with the soldiers is resilience. It really pushes.
This is Warrant Officer Keefe. Okay, I served with him, okay, in the same company overseas as well. Fantastic guy. When he hasn't got his beret on, looks like Ricky Martin. Very, very professional man. Fantastic dude. Danced with, what's her name? Kylie Minogue in East Timor. I was still on the border at the time, but he got his dancing shoes on. A great dude. A good man to have at your back.
Pushes them through the limit. It is the hardest thing they'll do while they're here. And it adds one of their tools in their toolkit for future learning and development as they go out into wider army.
Okay, I've seen militaries do this, what they're about to do here, and it's kind of weird. So actually, the Israeli Defense Forces did this a little bit at one point. Generally, the Israeli Defense Forces, their CQB is pretty on point. But yeah, seeing stuff like this is just like so weird. I don't know what this would simulate, because if you're an enemy combatant and you don't have a gun, you're probably not going to start punching people with guns because you're probably going to lose that fight. But yeah, generally speaking, it's going to be someone that's like hiding, and then it's nice to just jump out and surprise them. But even still, I mean, in the right mind, you're probably not going to be attacking people with guns like that. But
this is more or less to simulate the 3-block war, where you can go from humanitarian to police action to actual conventional warfare. Yeah, it's not necessarily always realistic, but they need to test as many skills in a compressed period while the pressure is on as possible, and that's what they do here. You know, you don't need Krav Maga, you don't need Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Striking is probably the best thing you can have. What we have is a combatives course that you'll do usually around about week 8, which is designed as a rest, but that causes the most injuries, where you'll learn to use the buddy system to overpower and destroy other human beings, okay, if they choose to come against you. It's not like the police force, guys. You lift hand against soldiers, you're going to leave with your eyes closed.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. It adds some stress, and yeah, I mean, it's fun to watch.
They go out into wider army.
Yeah, there you go.
I see
Just
good
roughing 'em
soldiering
up.
coming to life in exercise hardcore as part of our combat culture here at the School of Infantry. Good soldiering is just part of our everyday of life, and it is.
That group there, that's what it's like dropping your kids off at school in Western Sydney.
highlighted in exercise hardcore.
That's right.
Soldiers when
Soldier's
they're
nightmare.
exhausted by.
Every little bit helps when you're saving.
Okay.
Can I blow your mind for a minute?
Sorry about the
For
ads, Tim.
years, countless Australians have travelled to London and Europe.
Come on.
G'day Warriors, let's talk about our mates down under in the Australian Army and their primary weapon system, the Steyr Up.
Guys, don't know what just happened then. Let's get out of there. Okay. Sorry about that. For those that don't know, I've got a smash computer where I can only see half the screen. So when it comes to actually controlling it all, that just went a little bit to shit. I apologise. Combat Arms channel, fantastic. Yeah, we've also seen that the soldiers can now eat and go out and have a drink or so in the Singleton Township, which for more than 10 years was an absolute no-no. You know, one of the most dangerous places you'll ever be. Hey, Spicy Drive, what are the things to bring to the field? Salami stick, okay, with a good knife to cut the salami stick. Definitely a handheld umbrella, because that can work as a hoochie when you don't have time to put a hoochie up when you're on picket. Okay, it also goes over your pack or your equipment while you're laying down. It can also shield light, okay, as well. There's a whole bunch of different things for that. Inside your helmet, if it's in your pack, take a can of Coke. That'll be great. One of the best things you can take is an electric razor, because there's still a requirement to shave each day. And you may have a time during each day where sound is not of the essence and you can actually afford to have a loud shave. That's a good way to go. What else? Singapore Pool Obs course has been closed for yonks. Yeah. Yeah, they got rid of it so they could run sessions in there, and I don't think it was getting the training facilities or the maintenance required to keep it there, but it was definitely fun. It's been up and pulled down and up and pulled down a number of times. What I've heard is happening from the guys at the School of Infantry right now is that the actual swimming pool itself, the heater actually finally works, and they're saying it's fantastic. Mitch, RP, you're a tall ego lifting bridge panels. You always do heavy lifting. I'm not sure what that is. On the Nova Steyr, what is currently used? EF88. The EF88 is the one's being used. You know, some of these videos aren't up to date because I've never seen technology moving faster. Okay, never seen it moving faster for the Australian Army than what it does right now. Where are we? Hamish. G'day, mate. Spicy Drive. Something's going on here with YouTube is trying to slow down a bit. Simon Powell, F88 with the original ones. Yeah, they were. They came out over 30 years ago, team. I was actually on the M16 as the forward scout going through Singo. And then the F88 came in, and I was one of the first to get the pull-through stuck in the barrel. The pool looks pretty warm to me. Desert Wharf. Even though it's indoors, that pool was freaking cold as hell. You know, and that door you can see over the very right-hand corner where the platoon comes through, it was like an Arctic wind comes through there. Now, this is something I'm going to quickly say to you. I'm going to get rid of that clock there. It's in my way. Basically, when you go to Kapuka, now, again, for the dropping of standards, I believe they've got rid of the compulsory requirement to pass the swim test, which used to be a back squad criteria. Well, the weird thing is, the swim test for non-infantry is 30 metres. It's 50 metres for infantry with a 2 minute swim. What do you call it? 2 minute tread water, you know, etc. You're in your actual cams as well. But the thing is, when you get to the School of Infantry, even though the swim test is only 50 metres and this pool is nearly 30 metres, the first thing that happens is for a warm-up, go and swim 4 laps as a warm-up before you go and do a 40-minute session getting flogged. So if you think you can turn up by just doing 40 minutes, you're gonna die in that pool. You know, you will actually be picked up from the bottom. You will suffer, and we won't care. We will laugh at you, laugh in your failing face. Don't expect sympathy when you go to the School of Infantry. You have to earn everything. Doing a combat gap year. Any tips or your opinion, Kaz? Whoops low, the best thing you can do is get onto the bat phone so I can translate, interpret for you the difference in what you're going to need, what you need to do to be ready, okay, and what you can have in store, mate. But getting ready is all about getting yourself in that warrior mindset. I've got a video coming out at 3:30 tomorrow that goes for about 5 minutes and 21 seconds that you'll probably love as well. EF88 being phased out for the SIG Sawyer. So the SIG Spear, 6 years roughly. In 6 years, Daddy? Well, most of the army will be out by then. Okay, and that weapon may even be, okay, turn out to be not the great thing they said it was. Today we're trying to replace the HR, which is the most valuable thing we have. Soldiering hasn't really changed at all. You know, the HR, the human in the fight, the warrior mindset, the will to fight is what separates at the moment the Ukrainian from the Russian, and the leadership naturally, of course. You know, when you go to the School of Infantry, we can offer you money to stay as much as we want. Okay, we can replace equipment, replace uniforms, do all that shit. But if we don't do our hiring right, then we're not really an army at all, we're a militia. So don't get caught up about the weapon you'll be using, the uniform you're wearing, or the helmet, because a bullet can end it all in a moment. You know, but what we want is the courage, the initiative, the mateship, the brotherhood, okay, that bonds a group together to fight and save the day, despite the fact the odds may be against us, you know, season, weather or terrain. SFC, Zeke, g'day mate, voice of the people. Not too cow, great to have you here. Can we get some thumbs up for the voice of the people? I wish I could hear your voice. New service pistol. I don't believe in pistols in infantry at all. The push-ups and burpees have been removed from the ADF active app. Okay, then you're going to have to go to my push-ups then, I guess. Hero of Troy, you'll only be at a unit for like a month. I'm not sure what that's about. They picked the Glock. Guys and gals, if you need to use a pistol in the Australian infantry, then chances are you're using it on yourself, I'd imagine. You know, you're surrounded by a fire teams of capable soldiers. You don't go anywhere alone. How you end up having to use, or the close fight, you shouldn't be getting in that as standard infantry. You know? But that's a conversation. Simon, how important is a high ground, mate? It's very important, but don't go on the top of it. Otherwise, your silhouette's going to let you go, show you're there. The receiver is flimsy. Crash. That's a good name, Crash. Okay, is any advice for someone about to attend ROBC? Is that the Army Reserve ROBC Crash or the regular one? Again, if you're an officer and you want to go for the either or, again, I don't mean to keep parroting, get onto the bat phone. As we know, okay, I was a 4-year Tactics and Leadership Instructor at the School of Infantry in Leadership and Tactics Division for Army Reserve and regular officers and NCOs. So you're pretty lucky to have me on that wall, and I'm there to help with above the line, okay, training. Where is our, wait 2 seconds, I'll show you something interesting. Where is our above the line trophies? Wait a sec, team. There it is. There we are. Give that a little bit of it. There. So this one here, team. We all got one, all the instructors, but our slogan was, got them above the line. So this is the Tactics and Leadership's certificate that was given to us at the Leadership Division. And what that's all about was above the line was training officers and senior NCOs how to not only just learn the doctrine, but how to learn the best ways to skin a cat, so to speak. So it was a fantastic way to put more arrows in the quiver of junior officers and soon-to-be senior NCOs. Desert Wolf, I was enjoying the Lone Pine Parade Ground today. Well, there you go, mate. There it is. Was some Skippy thrown on there. Remember, the Skippy of the Skippy badge, the kangaroo is the reason why it's our animal, is because it can't go backwards. Same with the emu. Burger Boy, how heavy is gear altogether, including your rifle? Well, it was around 80 kilos when we went to East Timor, mate. But it will always depend on the load list. It depends on the climate, whether you're in North Queensland or whether you're in Pucka. But when you're in tropical environments overseas, our load list was 20 litres was the minimum you had to leave the base with. Okay? Normally it's 8 litres when you go out in North Queensland, okay, if you're based at Townsville, and it may even be more if you're in Darwin. Remember, light infantry have to carry their water everywhere we go. And at the moment, we don't have the armoured vehicles to go around to the battalions to keep them motorised or mechanised, which means there's a good chance you'll be doing a lot of pack marching. You know, and when you do that, you're going to have additional equipment. There's no equity or diversity with carrying a pack. Some people are carrying more than others. Some people are carrying tripods. Some people are carrying 84s. Some are carrying mortar rounds. Okay, some are carrying extra ammunition. Some are carrying the Mag 58. Some are carrying the Minimi. Some are carrying the Steyr. You know, and some are carrying their fucking mate who turned up unprepared. Foxhound, R336. I joined in 95. Had no idea if I was going to be deployed. However, I have seen in the younger generation, they seem to be deployment chasers. And that's fair enough, Foxhound. They're after the great adventure, just like they were in 1914. Carl P, get on Patreon team. It gets you on the bat phone. And you know what? I can never get rid of Carl P. He's got a business to run, but he's on here all day. I love it. 6 knots. Howdy, Kaz, and everyone in the chat. G'day, mate. 6 knots. It sounds like there's a story behind that one. Spicy Drive. There we go, Josh. Got you there, mate. Desert Wolf. Turns and inclines at the halt. Yeah, that's about the easiest lesson you can do, Desert Wolf. Well done on that one. You might just get through. Okay, Simon Powell, the Raffy. At Tyndall, I went through 12 litres every 12 hours. No, we're talking about water, mate. Brady, search damn kangaroos on YouTube. They do go backwards, only if they're punched. Daddy Hyper Z. 6RR love pack marching. Yeah, they do, mate. Every year they used to do an 80 clicker, and that made our commanding officers make us do 40 clickers. Damn their eyes, and damn that Falklands War that started it all. 3rd Battalion's now in Townsville, and it doesn't have the para wings anymore, but they've still got their maroon beret, and they look bloody great in it. Kaz, how long after Singo do you get posted to a unit? Straight after Singo, like straight away. And do you stay at that unit for the duration of how often do you get reposted? You normally stay there for the first 4 years. You know, after the first year to 18 months, you'll be private proficient. And after that, you're looking at going for your first promotion course. They'll send you to another rifle company or support company. And then from there, you should try to go to schema if you're going to stay in beyond 4 years and elect to go to School of Infantry, not Kapuka. Don't ask for Kapuka. Because if you go to Kapuka, not only do you have skill fade, you don't learn a fucking thing about being an infantry. You go backwards. If you go to School of Infantry, you go there as a section commander. You actually learn current, not just doctrine, but current teachings by other forces from around the world as well. Okay, you get to have Polonisation of all the battalions in one place, which is an absolute gift, you know, for the future. You learn all the movers and shakers from the other battalions. It's great. So some of the facilities, the BFA track, you know, it goes up around that facility. You can see there the Sergeants and Officers Mess. It's 2.4 and there is hills. The range facility is outside the actual base itself. It goes all the way to the Broke Mountains. The best places you can go on the weekend is a Honeysuckle Hotel or beaches near Merriweather. Absolutely amazing. The OBS course you'll see as you go through the gate, and you'll only see half of it. The other half is on the other side. There's a grenades and an assault grenade range, which if you're a non-arms corps, you'll never go, I believe, to an assault grenade range, which means you're actually running with the grenades and then throwing them from all throwing positions. You know, beware if you have any females in your platoon, they can't throw shit. Be careful if you're the safety supervisor. The anti-armour range, you're going to find out how loud an 84 actually is, and it's a team-served weapon. And if you're the number one that's firing, as soon as he says, BBDA clear, the second he gets clear out, you fire, and it'll scare the living shit out of him. What else? Okay, there's also the Defence Bank. Fiona works in there. Go and tell her I said g'day. You can go to Fiona, and she'll actually have a little bit of a conversation if she has time with you. She's the absolute fabric of the School of Infantry at Defence Bank. The swimming pool, we've spoken about that. You can go to the pool almost straight away once you get to the School of Infantry. And go up there with a buddy, okay, not in a Navy kind of way, and get in that pool to do some not necessarily some training, but to be able to come down a little bit from the rigours of doing hard PT. Yep. There's a movie theatre. I'm not sure if the movie theatre is up and running at the moment. They normally put on two movies. The canteen is a great way to go up and have a coffee, but also talk to other platoons. Go up there, talk to other platoons and say what's going on at the moment, what's happening with those in front of you, and it's also a good way to support those that are behind you. Remember that saying from the summit that came out last night, be careful as you go up the hill that you treat those that are coming down the hill better. Okay, the reason is you could end up back squatted, and the people that you may not be helping, that you might be snubbing your nose to, might in actual fact end up being your next platoon. The BFA track, yep. The museum, you'll go past that as you come through the gate. You'll go to the museum potentially for your loved ones and your family to meet you as an RV rendezvous point before you get out of there on the weekend. And in the School of in Singino itself, you've got the TAC shop that have asked me to come up there and come and see them. So I'll come up there and see them soon to see what wares they have. If you can, get some chalk-based cam cream because the oil-based cam cream sucks. You know, chalk-based, ladies will tell you about that. Doesn't even feel like it's on your skin. And the Imperial Hotel has got the best pub food in the world. For that, that's worth a like on the channel if you can. Dave, you'll have a senior corporal working with you, Crash, who is on the sergeant's course. Yep. They'll have the NCOs and the officers working together on there. Crash with full-time ROBC. How does it work with the combination of officer and senior NCO? What is the relationship like? It's fantastic, but it also depends on you. Okay, so there's a spectrum of okay to bloody shit hot really good, including commandos on that course if they're still throwing them on the course. And what will happen is you'll actually work on a mission profile together and then deploy into the field where he'll take care of the wisdom of the patrol, and a lot of the command and control will be left to yourself while he makes sure that all the section commanders, okay, have got everything shaken up in the back play that doesn't actually relate to you. And he might even be the hand of confidence that comes on your inexperienced shoulder as he comes over and puts a hand on your shoulder while you're actually conducting your activity, so you know that you can bounce ideas off him. The actual instructors will look the way the platoon sergeant and the platoon commander create that mission profile, whether they listen to each other, trust each other, source information to each other, and then the way they command and control and work together during their assessment. Do you still have a relationship with the School of Infantry, the mess, etc.? I haven't called them for a long time, Hero of Troy. A lot of that was because of COVID, etc. The last time I knew, I was still an honorary member of the Sergeant's Mess at the School of Infantry. I don't know if I still am. Haven't been up there. I should have shown more respect before now and sent messages through to the PMC, the President, etc. But I haven't done that. So it's my own fault if they've kicked me out of that. Reserves will also be at Singleton doing sub 1. Yeah, they're there right now, Desert Wolf. Blue Hill is police. Pub feed, Spicy Drive, yep. Will, hey Kaz, I want to join infantry when I get out of school, but for my long-term career, I feel it would be better to do a trade. No, if you do a trade, you're only ever going to be Army Reserve, mate. You know, if you want to go and join the regular army first, go and do infantry first, that will be a logical step to do that, then become a tradie rather than a tradie, and then not go and become a soldier. It doesn't work that way, okay? If you become a tradie, you'll only ever probably be Army Reserve, okay? You know, you've got to do things logistically, intelligently, you know? But, again, if you want, come to Patreon. Let's have a talk about it. And if someone has actually got their hand up your bum telling you this is what you should do, and it's your family, then maybe follow the family tradition. But accept that there is a bill to pay because no one normally at 26 years old is going, okay, I might go and join the regular army now. It's not that easy. You're going to have roles, responsibilities, bills, debts, etc. So just listen to me on that one, please, mate. Jack, marching out of Singo this week. Borneo, watching your videos were a big inspiration. Thanks, Jack, said Jick in the New Zealand accent. Jack, Borneo platoon, welcome to the regiment, mate. Once you've got your Skippy badge, and what battalion are you going to, Jack? What? Jack, let us know, and don't help Jill go up the hill again. She's just going to spill your water, bro. Joey Grace, Mum reckons I should do a trade instead of doing infantry, and that's pretty much what every mum would say. Joey Grace, you know, it's up to you. It's your life, and you need to do what you want to do, you know, because guess what? Your mum's not going to be there to carry the wood, and your mum's not going to be there to carry your pack. So it's up to you, but you need to rest with your decisions. They need to be your decisions. Otherwise, you're not an adult. Going to Cerberus soon. Hope. How long do we get to shower? Probably egg time of 2 minutes, I'd imagine, mate. Rythierin. Sorry, man, I have trouble with your name. Congrats, Jack. How was hardcore? Can we get some thumbs up for Jack, actually, team? He looks like he's done his job, getting ready to march out, getting ready to go to his battalion, and then it all starts. Antonio, nice name. Hey, Kaz, long time I don't pop around. Hope you're well. I am well, mate. I am well. I'm about to get out of here on Thursday, to go down south and have a look at some of the beaches that I've never seen before. You know, down at Bermagui and some of the areas in the southern east coast. It's going to be fantastic. Rashan, hey, Kaz, Kapuka tomorrow, finally packing. Excellent. Excellent. Kapuka's going to be freezing cold, man. We've got a lot of people that have gone there in the last couple of weeks. Final packing are being done. Make sure you send yourself a message on your phone. If you've got a loved one, You know, put it on their phone, tell them not to look at it until you've been gone for a couple of days. Remember, you'll get a chance for a last phone call when you get to Kapuka. Don't buy a bivvy bag. Foxhound, my young fella is in Navy basic training at the moment. In the Navy, my second choice would be to join the Navy. But I would be very fast to get out of that shower before someone gets the wrong idea. Hoodle doodle. Is there any roles or specialties that focus especially on frontline tactical medicine and infantry? It's a offshoot course, which is a combat medics course, mate, that allows you to give controlled drugs. Yeah. So you can do that. All the thumbs up there. James, 29 and joining. There you go, James M94. Not so cow. And your $3 is going all the way to India. Thank you, sir. Jake, is there support within the ADF to do things such as prepare train for 2 Commando SAS? There is support, but there is no assistance. You have to do it all yourself, and they prefer you to train alone. Okay? You would go to Jake. You'll go and tell your platoon commander on your monthly reporting, which is mandatory, by the way. If you're in the Army, you're not getting this monthly reporting, then your platoon commander, troop commander, squadron commander, etc., is failing in their duties to you. And also the requirements of their reporting processes themselves. So what you do is you go in there and you tell us you want to go to 2 Commando or SASR. You cannot go to 2 Commando unless you go to the School of Infantry and do the infantry course. You'll never get to Commandos. You're not allowed to go to Commandos till you have that. SSR is different, but again, they don't take chumps. And normally your platoon staff, when they say yes, you can go for it, they'll be vouching for you based on your previous reports that they have given you and your ability to go and have a chance in the Special Forces community without embarrassing yourself or your unit. So if you're not doing well in your unit, I'm not giving you any support to go and do Commandos or SAS training. Yeah. We'll know by the way you hold yourself in the unit is whether you're wasting their time or not. Okay, Carl P throwing morning routine worries out there. Now we're struggling. Nicole, need to go and do some stuff for vet struggling. Have a good one. Thank you, Nicole, and look after that lad for us, please. Spicy, should the Air Force invest in A-10 Warthogs? Look, mate, I don't know. How much money do we have to spend? You know, I think national service, and other than that, shoring up our friendships between us and the US, because it sounds like AUKUS, the Five Eyes, and ANZUS, we really need to stick together at this stage. Our friends have got all those things. Parlov, 1989, going to Kapuka for the second time in my career next year. Well done, mate. The sequel. Parlov, interesting name. 1989, was that when you were born, sir? Was Rooney, can we get extended shower time at Cerberus? If we share the shower, a soap on a rope right there. Joz, don't drop the soap. What is the difference between burpees and support? Don't know. If we could change anything in Army infantry recruitment, what would it be? If we could change anything in Army infantry recruitment, I've got to tell you, we'd say no to females. Okay, they need to dump females from infantry corps completely. Okay, what it means is we're travelling at the speed of the slowest person, which is now legally a female candidate, you know. And that's not trying to be a dick, but I'm an expert on this subject. Okay, and I've also seen some female soldiers who are allowed to go through that actually failed at the end of Singo. I wasn't happy. Wendy Adams, that's a lovely name. Hey Kaz, mum's account, I'm a male. Okay, there you go. Already in trade, but want to leave after getting my HSC to infantry. I'd recommend do 1 year, mate. Go and be a barista. Learn how to talk to people. Have a good time for a little while. Right? And just relax a little bit from school. You know, get to the gym. Go running. You know, enjoy some family time. Saying goodbye to mum slowly. You know, and then from there, go and join infantry. I recommend that. But there is no rush. Please pump the brake. Get onto the bat phone, but not on your mum's number. And let's do things properly, mate. There is no rush. Hey, Lachlan O'Brien, the great unwashed here for 24 months. Look at him with all his rank there. You'll be telling me what to do soon. Let's get rid of the program for a second. Okay, there's a Skippy badge. That's Depot Company there. You'll all get known with that one. Okay, Cassie says, had a conversation around sex and the gender class at school today. What year is that at, Cass? Had a conversation around sex and the gender at school today. You know, I'm a big one for personal development at school, in high school, but it should never be touched in primary. Jack, it's a part of the marching, like stores carries with 84 canister stretcher carries, and just regular marching, all about up about 25 kilometres. Okay. Oh, you're talking about hardcore there? It's not easy, hey, mate? Redman 9. When you're coming down to Melbourne, the Earth Rocks down here, I'm going to be there the 28th of July, to tell you the truth. I'm going down there to do a public speaking event for a bunch of good blokes. See? I've got groups that actually get me to come and do public speaking, but for some reason the Army never asked me to despite the fact that they gave me Instructor of the Year. Doesn't make sense. For 24 years I was allowed to instruct officers, and now they don't want me to tell words of truth. Let it be, said the Beatles. My change of recruitment is to make the civilian recruiters liable for people who are injured due to being unsuited to a job. My change of recruitment, okay, but that's impossible, man. That's impossible, because you got to remember the person that comes to recruiting is saying they can do something, but then a lot of times they under-deliver. An example of that is when you think that a lass that turns up to do infantry is going to turn up and she's going to be some MMA, wide-shouldered, narrow waist, really capable lass with a big Filipino tattoo down a leg where she was a kickboxer and all that sort of shit. Nah. I've seen girls down there rounder than what they are tall, and you're going, who let this girl into the School of Infantry? You have not done her a justice. That poor kid, you know, from a father's perspective, she deserves the respect of being honest to her at recruiting. You know, we all do. I got told I was going to be too light for infantry. They could have said no to me at any stage. They didn't. Lucky, it was a hard road, but I made it through. But I had to earn it, believe me. Hero, would you be able to talk about infantry fitness for a second, Kaz? How often the motivated guys train, etc.? Well, you'll always be required, Hero of Troy, you'd know you are a Hero of Troy, to go to the core PT in the morning. That's also for team bonding, also for section commanders to be able to report on your capability. But most credible infantry guys either do resistance training in the afternoon, swimming, cycling, boxing, MMA, all that sort of shit. You are a professional athlete, and that is no joke, team. When you get outfield, the environment, your equipment, the load, the weight, the speed you have to travel, the expectation, the responsibilities to get your equipment and also be able to fight when you get there despite the conditions, the rain, you know, the breakdown of your body on operations over prolonged periods of time, 6-8 months. You know, your fitness is the only thing that will get you through. You know? Mentioned your stance on women in infantry. Kids surprisingly mature in reasoning. Yep, and Cass, if I had have said this and I didn't have a daughter, it would be easy for someone to think maybe this guy is anti-female. But it's not that. I've got a daughter, and I don't want anyone to screw around with my daughter's chances of anything. I want her to be told straight, you know. And as an expert in infantry, tactics, leadership, etc., you know, all I'd simply say is if we were equal physically, there wouldn't be two standards that we'd turn up with. And if a lass turns up, she needs to be able to carry the Mag 58 over the ropes, under the ropes of the traverse rope. And if she can't do that, like every male has to be able to do that, then we can't cook the books. The most recent Capillon platoon had their vendo closed for all BFA failures. What does that mean, their vendo closed? I don't know what that means, man. Hardcore should be a lot further than 10 to 13 kilometres. I mentioned you had a daughter. Yep. Yeah, Cass, I love girls, and I don't like to see them lied to. Never hit a woman except my sister once. She's passed away. Trina, love ya, mucho respecto, and I'm a real gentleman. Yesterday, for all of those that are part of our Patreon, just so you know, a beautiful situation happened yesterday, and I got to represent you guys. I didn't do it with Patreon money. I did it with mine, because we all know that the Patreon money is going to India. But yesterday I went to do my nighttime shopping, and there was 2 Islander ladies, Papua New Guinea girls. One was no taller than some Christmas cricket set wickets that were set up on Boxing Day, and they couldn't afford the chicken. That was no doubt they were going to go home and cook for their family, etc. And their food came out to $107, and it would have been another $30 for the chicken. So what do? We do what we can, team. Talk to people in the street. Say g'day. Ask people, how you going? Get someone a coffee. I bought their chicken that they'd put back behind the counter, and when they said, why did you do that? I said, mate, your lovely daughter there has got a beautiful Christian cross for earrings. I'm not sure if she's Christian, Catholic, whatever. And that was enough. I hope you have a nice night. They couldn't believe it. And then the lady that was behind the counter goes, are you Christian, Catholic, whatever? I went, I am actually. And she said, look at this. Behind her beautiful hair, she showed hers as well. And she, in turn, was a spiritual person. I don't care what your religion is, what your spirituality is. All I care is you're a good person. If you're a good person, and I'm going to pick up the bill. My daughter, I reckon, is going to be the same as me. When you worked with medics as an infantryman, were medics less fit? I only ever worked with infantry medics on the ground that were combat medics. Other than that, Hopi is the best medic I've ever worked with. You know, and he was Corps of Medics. Okay, and then we have Coco Quirky up in Townsville, and he does public speaking now. Got blown the shit up in Afghanistan, and he's fantastic as well. You know, so there's not enough of the good medics there. And if you're going to be a medic, be the goddamn fittest medic, because you need to be fitter than the people you're repairing. Humpty Dumpty put us back together again. But the School of Infantry, guys, when you go in there, it is awesome. It's very formal. Not as much as Kapuka, but the soldier will be walking around. If you have rank, respect the IET as he gets around. They're an absolute sponge for information. If you were a section commander, if you were on course, if you are from a private soldier, from heavy weapons, one area, it is not hard for you to get your meal at meal timings and go and sit in the middle of Coral Platoon, Borneo Platoon, Capiong Platoon, and let the lads know I'm from the battalion. I'm what you're aspiring to be. I've got my Skippy badge already. I'm a sniper from the 3rd Battalion. My buddy is over there getting me dessert. Show a bit of humanity and let those follow your lead, and they will follow good manners, good soldiering, and an egoless teacher that can happen at any rank. I taught a young redheaded kid how to get sex once. He had no chance without me, and I think he took my funky cold Medina, because my luck has been absolutely shit fight since, and it could be because I'm wearing the Mr. Ballin flannel. Hey, Dave Penson from Vietnam. How you going, mate? Always good to have you here. Hope you're doing well over there. Most of your shows I've met smoke, though. I don't understand that, Hero of Troy. I don't get it. Don't take up smoking, team. Not only is it bad for cardio, not only is it bad for your health, not only is it goddamn stink, but you've just lessened your chance of getting a girl by about 80%. Don't do it to yourself. Not to mention your bank account. What's the wake-up morning procedure at Singro like? Guys, you got to, when you're at Singro, you trust you to get yourselves up. Yep. You're just going to hear 12 alarm clocks go off. If you don't like someone, get their phone and put their alarm clock on for 2 in the morning, and then have a laugh when their alarm goes off and everyone turns on them. Jake, I've got a very keen interest in tactical medicine, and I'm unsure whether it's better to be join as a medic, join as infantry, and then explore it from there, mate. You know, I don't want you to see you go into medics and then be waiting in a RAP regimental aid post, separate from the units, waiting for people to come in with twisted ankles. Desert Wolf, also the fittest guy I knew, had a smoke and a mother of energy drink variety for breakfast before PT each day. Not only is that filth, I do believe in, I know those sort of guys, but it eventually catches up with you and you end up with a voice like Pat Benatar. Desert Wolf, also the fittest guy. Yep, got that one. Non-teching a Bushmaster is borderline death, even when spanners are missing. I've never done it, mate. That alarm thing is evil. Yeah, it is, Josh. You know, if you go to someone's house and they've got a smart TV, all you got to do is put the guide on, the TV guide, and schedule anything that comes on for 2 o'clock in the morning. And in the middle of the night, their TV will come on and scare the shit out of everyone that the thief is probably sitting on their lounge. Jack, was Rooney there? There's a morning timing being on that parade ground just before that. You've got to be early every time. In the right dress with your room and lines cleaned. Not only that, you've got to have your water bottles good to go. And by rights, you should have drank a litre of water at least 40 minutes before a PT session, because then you don't need to drink even once during a session. Morning routine chill at Kapuka. It's AIDS, yep. That won't happen at School of Infantry. The person that wakes up 10 minutes before parade, that's a good way to get bashed. You know, you've got duties to do. They need to be done. If you don't go to the mess hall, that's one thing. But if you're not out of bed, then chances are you also haven't happened to be up and doing your job, which is to get those lines done and helping your buddy get ready as well. Would you support women in infantry if they used to be men? No, I wouldn't. No. Why would I want to support someone who's taking drugs to actually lower their ability to do their job? It's a mental health thing anyway, guys. You're not saying you hate them. You're just saying there's something going on. You want me to tolerate you, but you couldn't tolerate yourself? Come on, give me a break. Wish I did Army Cadets. I do too. I don't know how it translates to Army Reserve or regular Army, but I wish I had done it. You got to be masculine for infantry? No, you don't, Spicy. You don't. We've got all types, mate. We've got absolute all types. You know, you don't have to be fake. You can be the fun guy. You know, you just don't be the quiet guy. No one ever knows what's going on. They're always weirdos after they've had a beer. A girl found saying last man was offensive, so we cut it. Nah, don't ever change. Don't ever change. Today's US Memorial Day. Oh, shit, team, I forgot. Jody, happy Memorial Day. Can we get some thumbs up for Memorial Day? And James Meredith Hupp, the fallen son of Jody Stevens from the USA, Ed B., all his fallen brothers. Okay, guys, they are our closest coalition partner. And they seem to do the most bleeding, right? So for Memorial Day, let me just say to you, Jody, and let's call this one here. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. And at the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. For those that fell, their pain is over, but for many of their families, the pain has just begun. Because as the memory hole absorbs all operations, as they're replaced by others, the family is left with a pain that continues on, and sometimes the biggest pain is starting to forget, for the emotions to subside, so it feels like it doesn't matter anymore. It matters, and we remember, and we say their names. James Meredith Hupp fell on the same day as Ian Turner from the 2nd Commando Regiment. Jody, happy Memorial Day to those that matter, and to those we fight, because they were only doing what they would have wanted us to do as well. All right, team. Got a gaming session with a few US veteran mates soon. Hoodle doodle. You say good day to them, say happy Memorial Day. And Jody, you're one of the best people here. Jody, we just paid for all the food for a New Guinea family, you know, or for their chicken anyway. So, you know, to you, and you're hurt at the moment, give Maddie a hug for me. with compassion, not with romance. And I wish I was there to make you dinner while we relax and rejoice and pay tribute to who James Meredith Hupp was while he was alive. Let's remember the good times. Team, it is great to have served, to look back and to be looking forward at those that follow on in this time of turmoil and confusion, and understand that sometimes the wolf and the sheepdog look very, very similar. You may not be tolerated in the streets of civility, but at the same time, you are still needed on that wall. We need you to keep putting your hand up, and hopefully our commanders will only ever push us towards a righteous fight. Until that time comes, I am there to assist you, to be that voice that is your battle buddy, that might be the only other person that seems to give a shit in what you want your future to be. So with that, I would say to you, enjoy your life, live your life, and make a difference in this lifetime, because you will only get one, and people will follow the lead of action rather than words. Take it easy, team. Mucho respecto. Borneo platoon, Coral platoon, Capion platoon, the best of the best are about to be in a town near you. Lock up your daughters. See you later. Nutsu cow. Mucho respecto. Thank you very much.